I will not be a hypocrite. We have it. And we have some of our people who resigned within 2 weeks and they went and contested for MPs when they were supposed to have had card-bearing members for 5 years. But they resigned within 2 weeks, they were contesting. Somebody can fake my voice. But I can't confirm because I don't have that technical system to confirm it.
Is there any flow of conversation?
Our own people. So in the police service, do we have policemen belonging to the MPP and another group belonging to the NDC? Let us understand the issues clearly.
Mr. Chairman, I will not be a hypocrite. We have it. And we have some of our people who resigned within 2 weeks and they went and contested for MPs when they were supposed to have had card-bearing members for 5 years. But they resigned within 2 weeks, they were contesting. I'm not a hypocrite. I'll speak the truth.
So as we speak, our police service is divided along political lines. That's the impression I'm getting, and I believe a lot of people watching are getting the same impression. Is that the case? That we have MPP group in the service, and then we have NDC group.
With a great respect, let's have in camera with this. This is okay. It's as you speak now, the Ghana police service is divided along party lines. That's a very explosive thing. Yeah, so please, in good time, we can have him in camera.
As we speak, majority of police officers are not happy. And if the same people are those who are going to police the elections, and remember, police officers, they vote. Their wives vote. Their children vote. Their mothers and fathers vote. That is my concern.
Right, so there is the probe that is going on in Parliament over the leaked tape in which 3 police officers are captured in conversations with Chief Bugri Nabu and suggestions about Dampare not being reliable to assist the governing party to win elections. And the particular, COP Alex Mensah, you just heard him, was also lobbying sort of to be IGP and not being happy among others. So what's the relevance of what the committee is doing really? Now, Bugri Nabu has admitted the tape that is authentic. Alex Mensah, COP Alex Mensah, who has, I think, until when, just a few months to retire, right? Also has admitted, but says he's not admitting it in whole. He believes that portions of it, are doctored. And when he's asked which particular portions, he's unable to state with any accuracy. My guest still here on the show, Mahama Yaraga, MP Boku Central, Mary Awolanada is Executive Director, Ghana Integrity Initiative. Amanda Clinton is Head of Chambers, the Law Office of Clinton Consultancy. Osman Al-Hassan is lawyer. And Richard Ahiagba is Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party. Very limited time we have indeed, so I'll see how they can deal with this. The show is brought to you by Bank of Africa, as strong as a group and close a partner, MTN everywhere you go. Ashasi University, educating ethical and entrepreneurial leaders for Africa. Robert & Sons Optical Services, your comprehensive eye care service provider for 31 years. Duraplus, how you get your water matters. Remember, where Duraplus goes, water flows. DBS Industries, roofing, Papa Fie, and My Way. Dial *165# on MTN to join My Way today. Cherry Tree Properties, we develop spaces as though we were going to occupy them ourselves. Syntex tanks, it's strong, it's tough, and Flamingo paints, simply superior. On this matter, let's begin with the MP, Mahama Yarga. Yes. So what's the end? To what end? Now they have admitted, yes, we are the ones talking that the IGP is not correct, let's remove him, he will blah blah. So what?
Well, I mean, that's a legitimate question. And so what? I think that it will just enrich the discussions that have been taking place around the question of how do you get a less politicized security services. That's a very fundamental question. And I think that the revelations made by a retiring senior police officer cannot be swept under the carpet because he's lived it through and he's made it very clear that we have a highly politicized, not just politicized, but partisan politicized. That's the danger. It's not a police with a high political consciousness. In fact, a police with a very high political consciousness is a good thing. But a police with highly partisan consciousness is a very dangerous thing.
Is that a secret?
Well, I think that it's been heightened in this debate.
Which IGP became IGP without lobbying the politicians?
But that's one of the discussions, whether or not you should take the appointing power out of the hands of the president because he is politically tainted. And so he's likely to give you an IGP that is also politically tainted. And so this provides avenue for us to enrich that discussion and take a decision as a country. In some jurisdictions, what is called the sheriff is actually elected also.
Yeah.
So it's political. It's elected. So there are situations where elected sheriffs have delivered well. So it's not the case that because of the partisanship you are incapable of delivering. If you're not delivering, maybe it's the systems. So let's start. What are the systems? How do you recruit the personnel? It's on record. Some of my colleagues in Parliament have called for an inquiry into the recruitment processes, into the services, because we believe that the recruitment is largely driven by partisan considerations and not considerations of professionalism, competence, aptitude, skills, and etc. So you could be an elected sheriff, you could be an IGP appointed by the president, but if you pay close attention to the systems that generate a very professional police service, you could end up with a very professional police service. But that's not what we're seeing. And the man he's lived it and he's telling, look, the system is spoiled. And so we should be very careful. I had a discussion on one of your sister stations yesterday, and he said, the man says the IGP is very incompetent, and you guys in the NDC have been hailing the IGP. I said, well, I mean, I don't know who in the NDC has been hailing the IGP, but if the man says the IGP is incompetent, I will say maybe he is incompetent because in the past I could demonstrate through Makola. Okay. And today I'm being told that I cannot demonstrate through Makola, right. So maybe that's evidence of the incompetence.
All right, thank you. Mary.
So maybe he's right.
Mary, what do you say? The Police Service Act, Section 17D, is on misconduct and unsatisfactory service. It says that it shall be misconduct for a police officer to engage in any activity outside his official duties, which is likely to involve him in political controversy or to lead to his taking improper advantage of his position in the police service. My question is, this investigation, to what end? They have admitted we are the ones on the tape, so what?
I believe that this is an opportunity for the service itself to begin to then put in place measures to sanitize itself. Admittedly, the politicians from the majority and minority party, as we have, are the ones who have bred this monster for us. It is a fact that it's been spoken over time that they have infiltrated the service with their supporters And we have seen a lot of things happen in the service which show that it's not people who are interested in serving this nation and promoting service with integrity that have gone into the police service. However, the service itself can do something to ensure that they begin to sanitize them. And one would be, Honorable Mama Ayariga has spoken to recruitment. However, they are the same people behind the scenes pushing their constituents to go and join the police service. And I'm not leaving out the other parties. Both are equally guilty and culpable in this instance.
All right.
Let us begin to allow our systems and institutions to work. I read an article by Professor Aye where he talks about issues of saints, demons, wizards, and systems. And he talks about issues around policy failure. And this is evident of what Prof. Aye talked about. In another one, on ground, the politicians, and yet they are not allowing the system to work. Then they begin to talk outside, and they do the opposite.
We certainly will need another, time to deal with this. You have just a minute.
Well, I mean, two issues. The evidence of this hearing suggests to us that this whole issue of the IGP is a matter of internal political jostling for interests. People want to be IGP and things like that. So it's nothing more, as initially was perceived to be, there's a grand government party agenda at all. It's not. It shows that people are in the police service who dreamed or dreamt to become IGP, and so therefore they are sidestep or their particular skills.
He says he started lobbying for the IG position for a long time now.
Right, there must be a reason why he hasn't gotten it, and the wisdom of the appointor
Have been confirmed.
Well, I don't know about that one.
Have been confirmed by what he's doing.
I don't know, but to the extent that he's interested, he's not a neutral party, and I'm happy about that we have established that it is their own police service politics, and therefore has nothing to do with us. And the only thing I want to also underline is that the establishment, the confirmation by Bugri Nabu about all that stuff, his involvement is in no way, no shape, no size reflective of our party's position. He may be engaging as a regular private citizen, a member of our party, a former leader. But
so this hearing is of no use?
Well, I mean, to the extent, I think I agree with Honorable Ega, to the extent that it's telling us something about the police service that we ought to deal with and be mindful of. I think that is useful to that extent.
Thank you.
But then the joy for me is that it is not a political thing, but it is an internal jostling that is bringing up these issues.
You can clearly tell when it comes to producing the report, when the committee is over, because they are divided. In fact, you listen to the questions that come from both sides of the committee, and you can tell each one is watching their backs, as in their party's back. Let's see how it goes. Thank you very much.